As we look ahead to the future, it's clear that technology will continue to play a significant role in shaping our world. With each passing year, we are seeing new and exciting technological advancements that have the potential to transform the way we live, work, and interact with each other. Looking even further ahead to the year 2050, there are a number of exciting technology predictions that are worth considering. In today's video, we will be showing you technology predictions for 2050. Without further ado, let's begin. The world's first artificial general intelligence is close to becoming a reality. By 2050, major tech companies have already launched official projects to develop the world's first artificial general intelligence. Billions of dollars are invested in these projects and a large full-time staff is dedicated to this effort. These highly complex projects are expected to take anywhere from 10 to 20 years to complete. Scientists and engineers are figuring out how to model factors such as intentional creativity, strategic thinking, emotions, casual reasoning, common sense, counterfactual thinking, and consciousness. The immediate use case is to have a self-aware AI that institutions can consult with to solve problems that were previously thought impossible. Another use case involves transferring copies of this AI to advanced humanoid robots that can handle a variety of situations in the real world. A small percentage of the world opposes this, and there's a constant backlash on the internet. But that was to be expected. This development is projected to lead to technologies that are indistinguishable from magic in the coming decades, especially when combined with the exponentially growing computational power of classical and quantum computers. However, it leaves the door open to a super-intelligent AI being developed by the end of the century, and there's no feasible limit to how intelligent this AI can become. Such an AI could be smarter than all humans that have ever lived on planet Earth. Shortly afterward, it could become trillions of times more intelligent than that. Human-like robots are emerging. In 2050, robots have the ability to master real-world environments and an increasingly diverse range of 3D objects. Although earlier robots were limited to fixed movements, this new generation has more dexterity and flexibility. They can adapt to new situations and solve more and more dynamic problems. And they can learn from their experiences and share knowledge with each other because of wireless internet speeds thousands of times faster than 6G and the exponentially growing amounts of data being gathered from their sensors. Smart cities are emerging in some regions. In 2050, a small percentage of cities in some regions have become smart cities. These smart cities connect vehicles on the road to a central network that tracks their locations in real time. These types of networks receive terabytes of information from a huge number of sources, such as road sensors, traffic lights, and so forth. Those sources provide information such as the number of cars on the roads, road blockages, weather patterns, the state of emergency services, and more. Autonomous vehicles on roads constantly communicate and coordinate with each other to optimize the flow of traffic in these cities. Brain-computer interfaces have improved by orders of magnitude. In 2050, brain-computer interfaces have vastly improved over the versions from 2030, and they're largely usable for everyday purposes. Headbands and wristbands with non-invasive sensors have become the preferred choices for mainstream brain-computer interface use. These interfaces are usually standard accessories for virtual reality headsets, including high-priced VR helmets that offer full-dive VR experiences. And some brain-computer interfaces are fully implantable for medical and military purposes. Brain-computer interfaces now offer a bidirectional exchange of information. Bionic eyes are perfected. In 2050, artificial retinas and other visual prostheses can match the visual quality of a real human eye. They contain electrode arrays with hundreds of megapixels in full color along with wireless capabilities. This is a substantial step up from devices in earlier decades that provided black and white and highly pixelated views of the world. Some versions of these implants not only provide a cure for blindness for many people, but they also contain further enhancements. These enhancements include embedded cameras, Wi-Fi, augmented reality, night vision, thermal vision, zoom capability, and so on. When someone is using these devices, it's possible to wirelessly communicate with them using text overlaid in their vision. These enhanced devices are standard practice among spy organizations, militaries, and high-profile citizens. 2 space elevators have been built. In 2050, 2 space elevators have been built, and they're the largest engineering projects ever undertaken. China and the Obayashi Corp, a global construction firm based in Tokyo. Japan committed to building their own space elevators more than 3 decades ago, and that vision has come to life. These space elevators are planet-to-space transportation systems that each have a cable anchored to the Earth's surface and extending into space. This design permits an elevator to travel along the cable directly into orbit, without the use of large rockets. They're located near the Earth's equator, and the competing forces of gravity and outward centrifugal force hold up the cables under tension. The material used to create the cables are carbon nanotubes, which are lightweight and hundreds of times stronger than steel. Mars has a permanent human presence. In 2050, a permanent team of scientists and robotics engineers is present on Mars. SpaceX is leading much of this effort, and the first civilian tourists have also arrived. Significant innovations in autonomous robotic mining systems were required before the first humans set foot on Mars. Autonomous mining robots mine for and create water. Autonomous robots also extract hydrogen from the water to create hydrogen-based fuel. And satellites containing solar panels orbit Mars, provide energy to the Mars base as well. This base will soon be expanded with additional facilities, providing more energy, food production, recycling systems, mining equipment, and other tools. Vehicles are supplied as well, enabling scientists to roam hundreds of miles. More sophisticated long-term bases are now being planned to accommodate larger teams of personnel, tourists, and corporate interests. Hyperloop tunnels are enabling faster international travel. The Hyperloop concept usually involves passenger pods traveling through pressurized tubes using electric propulsion and magnetic levitation. Cargo is also transported considerably faster than before with this method. Hyperloop pods travel at speeds between 600 and 700 miles per hour. They'd also reduce transit-related greenhouse gas emissions by 90%. And due to the time they save, they provide economic benefits totaling over $1 trillion every year when compared to previous transportation methods. Over a dozen domestic Hyperloop tunnels were finalized by the early 2030s. Now, tunnels have been built to allow high-speed transportation between multiple countries. This development created a boom in the tourism industry. This development is also disrupting the air and rail travel industries. However, the widespread introduction of supersonic aircraft in the early 2030s for long-distance traveling is mitigating the effects of this disruption. Video games are becoming hyper-realistic. In 2050, video games are photorealistic. Advancements in game engines and world-building software make it easier and faster than ever for game studios and independent creators to build large and realistic virtual worlds. Cities within these worlds are fully explorable in terms of shops, office spaces, and most other types of interiors. Likewise, an entire forest can now be rendered with sub-millimeter precision, showing unique and random features such as individual leaf marks and insect bites. Non-playable characters in video games can generate and sustain natural, nuanced, and indefinite conversations. This is thanks to language models and deep learning algorithms in the cloud that are many orders of magnitude more advanced than the GPT-3 model from the early 2020s. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.